Thank you all for coming out. I've got with me Secretary Bhatt of the Department of Transportation, General Babel of the Delaware National Guard. I want to thank all of the folks at DelDOT, all the members of the National Guard, members of the state police, people in our state facilities who are all doing a great job in this challenging weather situation. Let me give you a little bit of an update. In Newcastle County, we're seeing some good improvements on 95. Constant work overnight, and now with the rain above freezing temperatures, we see some patches of road that are showing through the snow, and this is a big improvement over what we had from the middle of the night. Later this morning, we're going to shift the focus of some of our crews from the primary roads to work on the secondary and on the minor roads. We have a lot less traffic than usual, so many people heeded our advice to stay off the roads unless absolutely necessary, and that's a very good thing. In Sussex, the concern now is mainly around flooding. We had a significant rainstorm this morning, so crews will be monitoring the usual trouble spots and closing roads and setting up barriers if necessary. In terms of power outages, as of a little while ago, within the last hour or so, Delmarva had a total of about 6,900 outages, most of them in Newcastle County, 42 in Harrington, and the balance in southeastern Sussex. And the Delaware Electric Co-op also had outages in the southeastern Sussex area. I did speak yesterday afternoon both with Gary Stockbridge of Delmarva and Bill Andrews of the co-op. They were ready to go. They had a lot of standby crews through their mutual assistance programs ready to go as well. In terms of driving, we continue to have a limited state of emergency and a level 1 driving warning in Newcastle County and in Kent County. That means any person operating a motor vehicle when this warning is activated shall exercise extra caution in the operation of their motor vehicle. And it's obviously better if you don't have to be out at all not to be out. Non-essential employees, regardless of whether employed by a public or private entity, are encouraged not to operate a motor vehicle on the state's roadways while this driving warning is activated, unless there's a significant safety or health or business reason to do so. The process, we get forecasts from the National Weather Service. We had a call this morning around 4:30. We get input from emergency officials, recommendations from the Department of Transportation, the state police, and others, and that's when we put the level 1 driving warning in place to encourage people not to drive unless absolutely necessary. State government's been closed in Kent and Newcastle counties. We encourage other employers to consider the conditions and to not put their employees unnecessarily in harm's way. At this time, we are not prohibiting people from driving by issuing a level 2 or level 3 driving restriction because some primary roads are plowed and open to travel. As I mentioned, road conditions appear to be improving as DelDOT gets to other roads, but this does remain a developing situation, and we're monitoring the situation the roads and the weather very closely. In terms of DelDOT, hundreds of DelDOT crew members are continuing to work on clearing roads and will continue to evaluate conditions. As many as 500 take part in snow removal conditions, and statewide it's about 450 vehicles that are available for snow operations. DelDOT is responsible for 13,731 road miles. So these workers have an extensive and exhaustive process and task that they've been engaged in for the last many hours and the hours to come. So we really do ask for your patience and understanding as they go about their important work to clear the roads. We really do want to thank them. They are spending time away from their families. They're doing a great job. They're dealing with hazardous conditions to ensure the safety of the roads for the rest of us. DART is operating in Newcastle County under a Saturday schedule. Kent started weekday service, and Sussex is operating normally except one bus is on a Saturday schedule. So as a final reminder, motorists who must travel should use extreme caution as weather conditions may change rapidly. Remember to reduce your speed and increase your following distance between vehicles and allow ample time to reach your destination, and to use headlights to increase visibility as appropriate. If you should have, check on your neighbors, especially the elderly and people with disabilities. And stay informed. We are being regularly updated by the National Weather Service on the forecast and its impact on the state. We're going to use that information coupled with updates from state agencies and local municipalities to keep residents informed via the web. Check out delaware.gov or DEMA, DEMA.delaware.gov social media, and of course local and regional media outlets. I want to close by once again thanking our state employees, the great DelDOT team, but then there are thousands of other state employees as well who are reporting to work despite the weather and road conditions. That includes the National Guard, includes the State Police, the Department of Correction, medical facilities, our facilities management team, to those working in our 24-hour centers for youth. We really do appreciate your dedication and your commitment, and you're being able to push through despite this weather. So that's my update for the moment, and I'll be happy to take any questions. Together, literally, many of them for decades, and so we have, at a time like this, several calls a day. There was one this morning, as I mentioned, at 4:30. And the way it works is it starts with the report from the National Weather Service. And even that report, as the Secretary of Transportation was just saying, they can't give one report for the state because we could have 10 inches up here and there could be less than an inch in eastern Sussex. So they, sort of go county by county or even within the counties if necessary. We then get reports from DelDOT. While Shailen and I are here, there's a team of transportation professionals who are sitting at the Transportation Management Center, who are looking at cameras of roads all over the state. And by the way, those cameras are available to any Delawarean when they go to the DelDOT.gov website. But they're monitoring things like how well the traffic's moving. They're also monitoring things like pavement temperatures, which is really important. This came up again, a couple weeks ago in one of those storms, because that can really inform some of the decisions we make. Then we hear from the emergency response people in Sussex, Kent, and Newcastle counties. We heard from Wilmington, from Dover. Members of the National Guard are on the phone, the State Police, and others. So basically, we get all of this input, and we get it on an ongoing basis, and we say, okay, when are conditions sufficiently better that we can take off the driving warning? That's how the process works. It takes an incredible number of people who are coordinated in their efforts to make sure the information gets presented, is assessed properly, and then the decision gets made.